So, just last week, Konami announced that Silent Hill 1 Remake is in development. A Silent Hill remake made by Bloober Team, who were behind the critically acclaimed hit remake of fan-favorite Silent Hill 2. As a longtime Silent Hill fan, this news is exciting to me, because Silent Hill 1 just might be my favorite in the series. Not the best, but my favorite. I go back and forth between it and Silent Hill 3. One thing is for sure, Silent Hill 1 has my favorite version of the Otherworld, which of course carries over to Silent Hill 3 in many ways, because it is a direct sequel. Silent Hill 2 is great, don't get me wrong, but there's just something about the original. But there are also huge flaws related to the weak hardware when it was released. I can overlook them, but I won't pretend that they aren't there. Silent Hill is a PS1 game, and I realize that there is a lot of nostalgia surrounding that period, and I have a lot of nostalgia for it as well. More so for the N64 because I owned that in the 90s and only got a PS1 in the early 2000s, but I have always felt that the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox era brought much needed upgrades to 3D video games. Silent Hill was a good-looking game in 1999, but in 2025, no. Those PS1 limitations gave us the iconic fog, which I am eternally grateful for, but they also gave us low-quality textures, wobbly walls, an unstable frame rate, and monsters that don't hold up as well as the PS2 entries. They lack the intricate detail of Silent Hill 2 and 3's monsters. I know that there is a popular argument that the low-poly environments make the game scary, and if you believe that, more power to you, but I don't agree. The art design in Silent Hill 1 is impeccable, but you'll never convince me that low-poly environments, or characters for that matter, are inherently better than high-poly environments. Some things that people praise about the older games are absolutely not based in nostalgia, but I believe that the game is scarier because the graphics suck opinion is nothing but nostalgia, and I don't find nostalgia to be a 100% good thing. I think it is bad most of the time, because it often impedes progress. There is a good argument to be made about how homogenized AAA games have gotten, especially concerning controls, but that doesn't make playing 3D games on a D-pad with tank controls any more comfortable and intuitive. The graphics and controls aren't the only outdated thing about Silent Hill. The sound design is not bad, but still hindered by being on the PS1. The writing is weaker than the rest of the trilogy and makes what is a compelling story on paper not work as well as it should. And oh, that voice acting. Yes, I know it is supposed to be dreamy and Lynchian, but 2 and 3 pull that vibe off much better because the performances are of higher quality. Don't blame the voice actors though. The director and editor made sure that only Lisa Garland's voice actor, Thessaly Lerner, came out smelling like roses. I love Silent Hill, but it feels like it has been left behind a little because it is a PS1 game and has PS1 game flaws. I want another version of it with updated gameplay mechanics, environments, and voice acting. I want to walk down memory lane, and I want to be able to recommend a version of the game to people that they'd actually want to play. If you aren't interested in remakes, that is fine with me, to each their own. But the news of a Silent Hill 1 remake excites me to my core. I wanted it to get a remake before Silent Hill 2, but I understand why Silent Hill 2 came first. It's now the fan favorite because of that godforsaken 2006 movie that does not hold up under any scrutiny, by the way, and a trillion fawning YouTube essays. And if you're thinking, no, they wanted to wait because they had already did a remake for the Wii and PS2, then I have something very important to say to you. Come in close. Silent Hill Shattered Memories is not a remake. It's not even a reimagining. The game just uses the same names of the original characters, and the inciting incident, the car crash and subsequent missing daughter, and then it completely goes off on a different tangent. A remake would follow the story decently close, and a reimagining would do something different with the story, but still have all the same elements. Silent Hill Shattered Memories only has the setup and the character names. The characters themselves are drastically different. It is not a remake, and it is not a reimagining. I am addressing this because Konami falsely claimed that it was a reimagining, and it just flat out isn't. Even that. It's just a new game that they pretended was a Silent Hill remake to sell more copies. Now some are claiming that Silent Hill F is something similar, but I disagree, and I might make a video about why I disagree. Stay tuned. So after years of gaslighting about shattered memories, we are going to get a true blue remake from Bloober Team, and I couldn't be happier. It's weird to say this because I was openly skeptical about Bloober Team doing the Silent Hill 2 remake. I won't apologize for that, but I did overreact to that poorly cut first action gameplay trailer. Sure, it sucked and deserved a certain amount of derision, but I shouldn't have written the game off completely. Luckily, I did like the follow-up footage that I saw, so I mellowed out and was on board with the game before it was released. I expect Bloober Team to handle the new remake with the amount of care that they did the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I guess if you didn't enjoy the Silent Hill 2 remake at all, then that's unfortunate for you. There really isn't much more to be said. Thank you for listening to my rambling thoughts, and I will be commenting on more gaming news in the future. Goodbye and peace out.